In many ways, our next topic is redefining the way we live and seek advice. The proliferation of online information on everything from how to pair wine and cheese to how to treat cancer and other serious health issues. Now the Canadian Medical Association is calling on governments, doctors, and educators to do more to counter false medical information. Matthew Johnson is the Director of Education at MediaSmarts.ca. Matthew, thanks for joining us. MediaSmarts has been around since the internet became a household tool. You've been educating younger people how to stay safe online. How have the threats changed for people online now that medical information is more widely available?
Well, obviously, what's changed is now you can get information from anyone. And instead of having to go out and seek information as we did in the past, it's coming to us constantly. So our job now is to tell the difference between reliable and unreliable information. And that means as well, there's a tremendous amount of money to be made by spreading mis and disinformation, and particularly, of course, around health and medicine topics where we have such strong feelings on our own health.
To that end, you have a new campaign called Break the Fake. What prompted that and what's it about?
Break the Fake is one of our first campaigns that is for general audiences, not just young people. It's for anybody, because all of us need to learn how to recognize and find good information and tell it apart from false information. So between our PSAs and the other material on our website, breakthefake.ca, we teach 4 quick and easy steps that anyone can take when they see something online that they're not sure is true. It's rarely is going to take more than 45 seconds or a minute to either verify or debunk something that you've seen.
Now, when it comes to this, the downstream effect, we've seen some cases, but what are the other real-life damages when people use or are falsely or intentionally misled by false medical information?
Well, obviously, when we're talking about health information, there are a lot of things that can go wrong. So first of all, you can be taking something that simply does nothing and you're spending money on it. But you may also be taking some medical advice or even taking some medicine that causes harm, because so often something that will treat one condition can be harmful in other situations. The dose makes the poison. The amount you're being given may be harmful. It can also cause people to not take treatments that are effective because they're being given false information. And of course, when it comes to public health, when it comes to something like vaccination, it can harm the entire population when we get below a certain level of herd immunity, where people who are unable to be vaccinated, either because they're too young, they're immune compromised, or other reasons, are no longer protected by the fact that most people have been vaccinated and so can't spread these illnesses that are vaccine preventable.
We certainly have heard that and seen that in the United States as well as in Canada when it comes to, for example, measles. Finally, we appreciate your time. What are some of those tips you give to people around filtering the fake information and real information, and where they can actually go to make sure that they're getting solid medical information beyond going to their doctor if they have one?
So the first is to use fact-checking tools. There are professional fact-checkers who will often have already confirmed or debunked something. We actually have on our website a custom search engine that searches more than 20 of these all at once. Another step is finding where something originally came from, because so often things come to us through our friends or other channels. Find out where something came from originally, and then if you don't recognize it as being a reliable or an unreliable source, do a little bit of research. Google it, check Wikipedia, see if it's generally seen as being a reliable source. And sometimes it may have been a reliable source in the past, but no longer is. And finally, check other sources that you know are reliable. If it's a news story, check to see if reliable news sources are covering it. If it's a health story, look places like the Canadian Medical Association, Health Canada, your provincial public health authority for accurate information.